What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. And I get asked all the time, what are some of the things that always come with me every single time I go out for a ride? So I figured today it would be fun to do a pocket dump. No, not that kind of dump, get your head out of the gutter. Do a quick pocket dump and show you everything that I carry with me every single time I go out for a ride. My motorcycle EDC. Now, this whole kit is designed to fit nicely within one little bag here with room to spare, just in case you end up picking something else up along the road, or you need to slot in something else like tubes or spoons or whatever you want to carry with you for your specific use case. And if you want to check out any of these products, links will be down in the description below. Some of them are going to be affiliate links, so you'll be able to help the channel out at the same time. And with that, let's dive on in. No need for a big preamble. Now, first and foremost, I always carry a bunch of these. Now, my personal go-to are these Howard Light Laser Light by Honeywell earplugs. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, well, he uses them because of that Fortnite video, right? Nah, the reason why I go with these is because I can get 200 individually wrapped pairs for $20 on Amazon delivered same day. And I just like having them in the individual plastic because it's a lot more sanitary than keeping them in your pocket, which ends up happening a lot when I carry those ones that you get from CVS in the little jar. These are the single best way to protect your hearing on a motorcycle, and unless you want tinnitus, just start wearing them.
And if you don't want to take my word for it, there was a doctor by the name of Michael Seidman over at Advent Health in Orlando who did a study that was called this. Very boring health words that I can't read because I'm going 60 miles an hour right now. But in that study, they found that even at speeds of 10 miles an hour, you can hear wind noise that's enough to damage your hearing. And before my motorcyclist guys out there start saying, well, this guy's just obviously in the pocket of big earplug, he was talking about bicyclists, not motorcyclists. Motorcycles are much faster, obviously, than bicycles, and we have an engine screaming out underneath our legs. To call this a cacophony of ear-damaging noise is an understatement.
I've always got a few pairs of these just sitting right here in my tail bag. Next up is my tool roll. I'm going to caveat this one by saying two things. First of all, this tool roll is supplemented by two tools that are coming later on in this video. Check the chapters if you want. And secondly, this tool roll is only designed to get me back on the road. It's not designed to tear apart a motorcycle. It's not designed to put new tubes on a bike. You need to tailor your tool roll to your specific uses. Inside my tool roll, you'll find a 1/4 inch ratchet with an 8, 10, and 12 mil socket set. I keep a preload tool in there, which is from my old VFR, and it also doubled as a chain slack tool for my Ducati single-sided swing arm. You're also going to find an adjustable wrench just in case. Of course, I have a bunch of zip ties in here, and I also have all of my tools to plug a tire if I need to, or if I need to, start fighting people on the side of the road. Now, number 3 today is actually going to come courtesy of this video's sponsor. This is the Fanttik X8 right here, and I have been carrying one of these for the better part of a year now. This is actually the one that has gone across country with me from Tampa to California to Sturgis. This thing is beat up, it's showing its love, and that's because I carry it with me everywhere. It's a super convenient way to air your tires up, whether or not you hit a flat or whether you're going on or off road. The beauty of this guy is with this tiny little package, you can just hook it up directly to your tire, set the pressure that you want, and then you're ready to rock and roll. I've taken my car tire from flat to full on this, which required 35 pounds. And I was able to use the rest of the battery to air up all 4 tires. All you gotta do is just set it and forget it. This right here is the X8, which does have the removable hose, but they do have the X9, which is slightly smaller. It's got a little bit less battery capacity, so it's not gonna fill nearly as many tires, but it does have a non-detachable hose, so you don't end up losing it. And regardless of whether I'm on my personal motorcycles or whether I'm test riding one at AF1, I carry one of these in my camera bag just in case. If you want to check one of these out, click that link down in the description below and use the code SPITE-X850 for 33% off the X8 right here. Cannot recommend this highly enough. Number 4 on my list is something I carry with me regardless of whether I'm on a motorcycle, in my car, going to the moon, and that is a Good Multitool. I recommend it to everybody. Whether or not you're a motorcyclist, whether you're a car guy or a gal, whether you're a gamer, you're a musician, a nun, a doomsday prepper, a toddler, everybody out there needs a Good Multitool. Now personally, I have been carrying this Leatherman Wave Plus for the better part of 4 years now, and it has served me reliably. Whether or not I'm taking apart a motorcycle, whether I'm fixing my air conditioner, whether I'm working on the roof, this thing has always come in handy. However, when it comes to multi-tools, there's really 2 names in this game, and the other one is Gerber. I've been trying out a couple of Gerber multi-tools lately just to see what it's all about. This is their center drive, and it's a good tool. I like how long the knife is because the one on the Leatherman is just so short and stubby. I also prefer that it actually uses standard 1/4 inch drives for its screwdriver, unlike the Leatherman, which uses the little hexagonal ones. However, my favorite of the Gerbers definitely is the Dual Force. This thing is a comically oversized multi-tool, but it's really great for actually grabbing the back of nuts on a motorcycle. So let's say, for example, you need to crack yourself free one of your axle bolts. You can actually do that with this tool. Super, super handy to have. Now, I promise I'm not crazy. I only carry 3 of these. One of them is on my hip and the other 2 go in the bag.
Now, before we get on to the last item on my list, I do want to go over just a couple of honorable mentions, just because I always carry them, but I don't feel like they're necessarily big enough to shout out in this video, just because I shout them out all the time. First of all, a Cardo, because I prefer to listen to music while I ride and not the sound of the voices in my head. That's always handy to keep those at bay. The second thing, a camera. I always have a camera on me when I'm on a motorcycle, mostly just because it's my job, but also every now and again you go out and ride a cool road or you see something neat and you want to film it. And I have 2 great options that I always have with me. One is my Insta360, which is awesome for capturing stuff that's all around you. This is their X3. It's really easy to film and get great content from it. And then my chin mount camera is a DJI Osmo Action 4, and this is, I think, the best POV camera you can get on the market for the money. It's a great piece of kit, and I would recommend both of these cameras to just about anybody out there. Last thing, a set of flying eyes. I always have these sunglasses on my face, regardless of whether I'm on a motorcycle or in my car, because they're really comfortable. But the main benefit to me is I don't have to carry around 2 face shields when I'm riding. I just have my nice clear visor, and I don't have to ride with a tinted visor at night or leave it open, because I can just take my sunglasses off and put them in my pocket. Carrying 2 visors for your helmet is for suckers.
Now, my last everyday carry item is something you're actually looking at right now and have probably seen 1,000 times, to the point where you've stopped looking at it. It's actually this right here. This old Harley-Davidson wallet chain never leaves my side. Why? Because I went riding off-road one time and I lost my apartment keys. Now they're physically attached to me because if you don't attach something to me, I will lose it. Object permanence, it's still something I'm working on. Now, I know this piece of leather is super, super sexy, but it's actually highly functional. It's supposed to be for your wallet, but I've co-opted it for key use. And honestly, if you're like me and you drop stuff and you do the bongo pat to make sure you have everything, this is a really great way to make sure you don't actually lose anything. Don't knock it till you tried it. And that, y'all, is gonna wrap up my list right here. Hopefully this was a nice quick video that gives you some idea of the sort of things that I carry with me when I go for a ride. I've tuned all of this to fit within this Nelson rig tail bag here when I'm riding on the street, or if I'm riding off-road, I carry it in one of these bags right here, which is actually a Nelson rig dry bag meant to actually sit on the crash bars of my KLR. And if you're thinking, well, that doesn't look like a great bag to put on there, Kyle Bradshaw over at Nelson Rig rides his 1190 Adventure like it's a WR250, and he's crashed a whole bunch with his 20-pound tool roll in one of these bags. They're solid pieces of kit. Remember to check out all the links down in the description below, and while you're there, don't forget to pick up one of these tire inflators. If nothing else, this right here is the best thing to add to your EDC on a motorcycle, because it's gonna get you out of pinches left, right, and center. This thing has saved my ass quite literally. Remember, Spite X850 gets you 33% off of one of these bad boys. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.